Yo, what's up guys, it's Santas and back with another video, and today we will be discussing about the most optimal keybinds in chapter 3. These are of course keybinds because keyboard and mouse, because I really don't know that much about controller, and a lot of people have been requesting me to actually do some keybinds which people without side buttons on mice and without gaming gear can actually use. So I will be discussing about the keybinds which people with side buttons can use and people without side buttons can also use. So yeah, let's get right into it. So first of all, of course, open up settings, and we won't do any display settings or anything today. I would just go, I'm just doing the keybinds today. So of course, if you use double movement like booting, then these would be disabled for you. I would recommend double movement, but I don't recently use it because it has been glitching with my PC a little bit. But yeah, I would recommend using double movement because it is definitely very good for you. If you're on keyboard, it gives you controller movement, and even when you disable these keys, it will still allow you to move with the booting software. So jump, I have kept a spacebar, of course. Sprint, what happens basically, I have sprint on default, so I can, like, when I hold W it sprints, and then while holding W, if I press O, then I walk like this, which you basically don't want to do. And of course, please keep sprint on default on, because you don't want to keep holding another key to just sprint. So, and of course, auto run is my equals. I would recommend, if you're not using trap as T, I would say you could keep auto run as T, but right now I have my trap as T. So yeah, auto run you could put like because while gliding mostly people use auto run, so you could keep it at something closer like 6, or maybe F1, F2, something like that, or G or H or something like that. But of course, fire, left mouse button. Oh wait, I almost forgot this. Left control, you can use left control as crouch if you have kind of a strong pinky finger, but I would recommend using V if you're not using V for anything else. But yeah, reload R, use, I would recommend, of course, E, the default choice, and mouse wheel up. So what it just does is, like, E, you press one key and it picks up like that, but I'm dropping everything once and I'll show you. If you keep scrolling up, then it picks up everything, so you don't have to go E, 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 E like that. You can just drop all this. I'll just drop and I'll show, and you can just scroll wheel up and it will just get everything for you. So, and I wouldn't recommend auto pickup at all, because like, if you already have, if you just land first, they used to, if you just land, they would auto pickup, so that used to be good. But then if you already have a gold AR and you run through another gold AR, then it picks it up, then you have to go to inventory and sort everything out. So I would recommend not using auto pickup. It's really not that good anymore. And yeah, let's get into other keybinds now. So I would recommend using 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5, or X or V as the last weapon slot, or your heals, of course. I don't have my harvesting tool bound right now because I actually have it. Wait, where is this? I have it bound in toggle harvesting tool. So basically, what that does is, if I press my one key again, so it goes to the flintlock, and then when I press my one key again, so I just need to keep pressing one to switch between the weapons. I guess that's a little better sometimes, because while free building you can just press one only. You can just press one while free building, so I guess it is a little better. But I would definitely recommend using toggle instead of just the normal harvesting tool. So let's go down a little. Of course, these are the slots, X or V as the last. Crouch while building, of course, left control and V. And now we are at the building keybinds. So these are the most important keybinds. I would recommend wall and stairs as thumb mouse buttons, so the side buttons on your mouse. And if you don't have side buttons, I would recommend using Q as your wall, C and left shift as your floor and cone, of course. And stairs, I would recommend either using V or something near which you can easily press. So it should be like something, could be like V or maybe G or something easy to press. I used to actually keep my wall as Q and E before I got like gaming mice. So yeah, C as floor, left shift as cone, and if you have a gaming, of course, the side buttons. And if you don't have gaming mice or gaming gear, I would recommend Q as wall, and probably V or something easy to reach as the stairs. Trap, if you have some small hands, then I would recommend, if your Q key is free, I normally use Q. I actually switched this yesterday for some reason, I don't know. T is normally my auto run key. I mean, I would recommend Q definitely because it's like very close, so you can put down launch pads while in arena. And place building, of course, left side button. Repair, the default key is H, and I mean, it could be comfortable for you, but I would recommend G because it's a little closer. Rotating building, of course, R. Change building material, right mouse button. Building edit, now I would tell you F or E, these are the best keys. I know a lot of people use G as their edit key, but I really wouldn't recommend that, as F is just closer and you can press it with your index also. And so scroll wheel reset, so a lot of keyboard players, I guess, they mostly switch also because of scroll wheel reset. What basically that is, when you do a edit, then you don't have to click your edit key, right click and then click it again. You can basically just scroll wheel, and it will just scroll wheel and it will edit really fast for you. Some people don't use it because they have scroll wheels bound to something else, but if you are on keyboard and mouse, you should definitely use scroll wheel reset, and as it is like the advantage keyboard players have over controller players. So let's go back to settings again. Oh my god, this is getting tiring. Okay, select building edit, left mouse button, of course. Reset, so reset you should put as mouse wheel down, and you should put your secondary keybind for editing as mouse wheel down too. So that is how you can scroll wheel reset. Don't only put it as reset building edit, also put it as the secondary bind for editing. So when you do a edit, you can just scroll wheel down and the whole thing will reset very fast for you. Ping and place marker, I would recommend either left alt or the middle mouse button. I'm using middle mouse button right now. Push to talk, if you use push to talk, I could tell you something a bit near, like maybe Z or alt to talk. If you use push to talk, I don't normally use push to talk. And place enemy marker, I just press my middle mouse button 2 times to do that, so I don't really need another key for it. But emote definitely B, and I actually forgot to put N. I would, if you want to do repeat last emote, of course, I would recommend N. All of this is just, no, don't use scroll wheel as slot up and slot down. Just don't do it. Don't do it. And this is all creative stuff. I don't think a lot of people know all this, but I'll just scroll down. This is all default I have. I haven't really switched any of this, but yeah. So these are anyways just default keys, so if you want to use these, you can, I guess. You can change these if you want to, but I wouldn't recommend it. And like, it's just default keys. So yeah, definitely use toggle harvesting tool instead of the normal harvesting tool. And switch quick bar is basically what it is. So I'll just bind it to a key. So K. So you have to press that key. So you can't just you have to press that key, and then you can just press it again to go to your, so if you last weapon. So if you have a flint knock, you press K, you build whatever you want to, and then if you press K or any key, you can put like Booga uses his side button, his backside button, but he's gotten really used to it, and I wouldn't really recommend it. It's mainly for controller players, but because they don't have that many keys on their controller. But yeah, I wouldn't really recommend using switch bar. It's not really that good. But yeah guys, that was it. If you want to, definitely, if you want to copy my settings, here you go. But yeah, let's just scroll down so you can copy if you want to. So yeah guys, that was it for today's video. If you enjoyed, be sure to like and subscribe, of course, as we are actually growing very fast. And yeah, 50 subs for a setup tour and 100 for a face reveal. So yeah, bye.